We're live.
Yeah, I mean, the morning is for the Indian batting. The 1 minute silence is basically for Indian batting. I've not seen this bad an application. You know, let's take it one by one. Let's take it one by one. Devashish will also join. You know there is weather around. You know there will be stop starts. You know there will be plenty of disruptions. Plenty. There's no debate that you know that, and each time there's rain, there's half an hour gone, 20 minutes gone, 15 minutes gone, however much they want to play, they will not be able to play 40, 50 overs a day, more than 40, 50 overs. So in 3 days, you are talking about what, 100 overs? Combined for two innings, you are talking about 100 overs of batting. That's what you're talking about. Between two innings, you are talking about 100 overs of batting in the 2 days to save the game. And look at the shots. Let's start with Shubman Gill. We are always told, Gargi, Shubman Gill is the next generation superhero. He's a mediocre, modest batsman. That's what he is. Simple enough. He's chasing the ball on eight stump right through the series. The second test match, each of the innings that he played, he gave it away after he got starts. This one, he's chasing a ball which is on eight. None of the deliveries. Yashasvi Jaiswal rank long hop on leg stump could have been posted anywhere in the stadium. He puts it into the hands of Mitchell Marsh. Shubman Gill chasing a ball on seven stump and then putting it into the hands of Mitchell Marsh again. Virat Kohli, 2 wickets down, rain around the corner. It's not as if he's blind. He must be seeing it. Rain around, chasing a ball on sixth or seventh stump, giving an edge. What kind of application, intent, and temperament are we showing, Gargirao? This is disgusting. And each one of them. We talk about Virat and Rohit. What about Gill and Jaiswal? We talk about Rohit only. What about Virat? Rohit as bad. If you take the whole batting lineup, the only fellow who has showed some application in Australia has been KL Rahul and that one innings of Jaiswal at Perth. That's what it is. Clearly, this batting unit in the 35 minutes or 40, I don't remember how long exactly, but 40 minutes of a horror show, Gargi. That's what we saw. 40 minutes of a horror show. Tell me.
I don't even know what words to use to describe the batting that we've just witnessed. I think it was pathetic. The application was not there. What was the plan? Is what I'm trying to understand. What was the plan for the batting? Clearly, was it to be aggressive or what? I don't understand the application. I don't understand the shots that were played, the balls that were being touched for absolutely no reason. Virat Kohli getting out in the same way for how many times in a row? I mean, we're all tired of seeing Virat Kohli get out to the same ball every single time. And it's clear that the Aussies have a plan for every batter, and they exploit that weakness over and over until you make a mistake. They force the Indian batters to make a mistake, and that's something the Indian bowlers haven't been able to do at all. Now, when I think about it, Australian batters made the pitch look like a batting paradise. Now they're making it look like a green top wicket, which gives you complete seam and lateral movement and whatnot. But that's not the case.
No,
It's
that,
the
that, that,
failure.
that will happen, Gargi. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about yesterday's first session, Bumrah asked many questions of the Australian batters. So did Akashdeep. It will always happen with the Kookaburra red ball in the first 20, 25, 30 overs of the innings. That's it. Between overs 30 and 80, the batters can score enough and more runs. So the application is actually needed for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's the first 30 overs. Once you play off the first 30 overs, you are well and truly in control. The problem with India is six down by 30 overs. India is 75 for 6, 80 for 6, 50 for 6, whatever it is, one doesn't know. By the time the 30 overs or 25, 30 overs and the shine and the seam gets softer, it's gone. Now, how on earth? How on earth? I mean, we talk Kohli, you mentioned Kohli, but why Kohli only? Look at Gill. He's
Yeah,
your
of
next
course.
generation. Think of Cheteshwar Pujara in the last two Australia series. He was your number three, right? 2018 was Cheteshwar Pujara. 2021 was Cheteshwar Pujara. Shubman Gill is batting at the Cheteshwar Pujara position. Is this the application? Why would you play that ball? The ball is on eighth stump, not even seventh. I tweeted seventh. The ball was on eighth stump. The man chases it, puts it there to wide gully. Are for what are you playing that shot? Yashasvi Jaiswal, first ball streaky, edge four. Second ball on your legs. Just come on, yeah, temptation, temptation, and you're putting it into the hands of that fielder who's stationed there. Absolute soft dismissal. The problem with so far the batting is none of the balls deserved a wicket. None of the balls deserved a wicket, and we gave wickets, each time to them. Virat never performs when Rohit is captain. Bullshit. Don't talk bogus stuff. Virat is not performing because he is past his prime. That's the reason. It is not when Rohit is captain or Ajinkya is captain or anybody else is captain. He is not performing. Simple as that. And when Australia bats its batting pitch, no, 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 absolutely not. Take that super chat, Gargi. Take that super chat.
When Australia bats its batting pitch and when India bats its bowling pitch until the end, I think he means to say Australia is making it look like that. Australia is
Yeah, but,
making it look.
but the question is yesterday morning when Bumrah was bowling that first spell, got Usman Khwaja,
Yes,
got Nathan
absolutely.
McSweeney, was continuously asking questions of Smith and Manas Labuschagne. It was looking like exactly this. The point is, India unfortunately let Australia off the hook, and Australia applied after the 20 over period, 25 over period. By the time 25 overs, we will be five down because there's no application. Smith was beaten by Akashdeep how many times, you tell me? Did he give it away? Did he play one of these rank, loose, stupid shots and gave it away? No. Manas Labuschagne, yes, he got out for 10 or whatever, 12, but the number of balls he played, some 60 balls or 70 balls, that's actually 12 overs of the new ball. He's blunted the new ball, set it up for Travis Head, and Travis Head comes and cleans the Indian attack. That's the point continuously being made. Someone has to blunt the new ball. And here, a Shubman Gill who's looking very good. Rohit Jublan keeps talking him up, saying he's looking excellent at the nets. Now, if you're looking excellent at the nets, make the most of it. If you are the man in form, you are hitting it in the middle, you are the one looking good in the nets, you bloody well make the most of it in a match situation and score 100. Not 20s, not 30s, not ones, not chase an eight stump ranked bad delivery. I mean, let me say this. If India doesn't, and by the way, our best batters are still there. I mean, Rishabh Pant is your best red ball batter. Hopefully, there'll be a counter punch. Ravindra Jadeja hopefully will be adding a bit to that batting as well. Rohit Sharma, who knows? Absolute confused at this point in time. No confidence. But if India does show some spine, there is still this match that can be saved with so much rain around Gargi Raut.
Sorry, I was on mute. Can it be saved at this point? I mean, look at the runs on the scoreboard. I think there's just too many runs. 423, still trailing. India is still trailing by 423 runs. Can Rishabh Pant and the rest of the batters alone can do it? I don't think so. I think that's way too much pressure. Way too much pressure on their backs. And Devashish has joined us. Uh, yeah, what I was saying was
Devashish, with
just
so much
yeah.
rain around, so much rain around, there will be multiple interruptions. All you need to do is tell yourself that between the 3 days, we needed to bat 100 to 120 overs and the game would be drawn. These guys can't even put back. I mean, for what are they chasing balls on eight stump? They don't need to. They need to leave. India did not bowl to that channel. Australia kept leaving, kept leaving, kept leaving. And here, as Shubman Gill, next generation rock star, chases a ball on eight stump. Yashasvi Jaiswal plays a long hop to Mitchell Marsh, and Virat Kohli. One is tired of talking about Virat Kohli and how repeatedly he makes the same mistake. Devashish said.
Yeah, obviously, all the Indian batters needed was to show some application, and which they miserably failed so far. Means, as you rightly mentioned, that Australian batters kept on leaving the ball that was bowled in at their fourth stump. Means, but when it comes to India, They were time and again they have been caught for chasing the ball outside the off stump, and that is what brought to the downfall. So, so far, KL Rahul, apart from KL Rahul, none of the batters. Yes, Virat did make some good shots, but again that delivery from Hazelwood that brought his downfall. So clearly, Bodhila, I would say that India are in deep trouble right now. Yes, a brilliant knock from Rishabh Pant. The problem is with so much of forecast and the clouds, and it is very gloomy. Means post lunch there will be some showers as well. So the conditions will be like this throughout day three. So there will be no respite for the Indian batters. So all they need now is show some application and grit, which was clearly missing from the Indian batters so far.
Yeah, and that is my point, Devashish Sen, that there is so much weather around. You know there will be stop starts. You know there will be interruptions. There will not be more than 40, 50 overs in the day. So all you need to do is play out the first 20 and you're in song. You can control and save this match. Do you actually believe? Do the Indian batters believe mentally that they can save this match? Have they lost it mentally? I mean, what is the role? This is where I think the team management, Rohit Sharma as captain, Gautam Gambhir as coach, Virat Kohli as part of that leadership group should put their hands up. This is a meek, tame, lame surrender. That's what we are seeing in front of us. And that is not what is expected. Take the Shubman Gill dismissal. You've lost Jaiswal 1 over back. 1 over. You are the one who has looked the best in the nets, according to all our reporters, including yourself, Devashish Sen, when I'm speaking of Shubman Gill. And he chases a ball on 8th stump. He chases a ball on 8th stump, it becomes 5 for 2. Are, why would you? That is the difference. I mean, for some reason, his average has to be 30, right, and not 50. He's a modest cricketer who has been built up as the next generation superstar. He has been around for 5 years now and has not been able to prove his mettle in tough situations and tough conditions. Time to call spade a spade. We have all become PR agents of such people, and after one innings talk them up. This is a team that is lacking application, that is lacking temperament, that is lacking quality to grind out there and show some spine. They are lacking each one of these qualities that a Marnus Labuschagne or a McSweeney or a Smith or a Head have repeatedly shown. That's the problem, Devashish Sen, and it's abject surrender so far. Plenty of super chats, but Devashish, if India loses this match, the Boxing Day Test match becomes the most important of this calendar year. The series can be lost. Careers are on the line. Multiple careers are on the line, whether it is a Rohit Sharma, whether it is a Virat Kohli, whether it is any of these guys. Because in the next WTC cycle, do we see these fellows? If we lose the Boxing Day Test match, are these careers on the line? Clearly, they are past their prime. It is important to embrace transition and move on. You lose for a while, but clearly, these fellows, if India loses the Boxing Day Test match, should be asked real questions. Devashish Sen.
Yeah, tough questions need to be asked, but I should take a look at the dismissal of Yashasvi Jaiswal to start with. Yeah, it was a very soft dismissal. The ball bowled at leg stump into his legs, and he just that short mid wicket fielder was placed because of that high catch, because of that up his stroke, and that is what it was. There was means it was so unfortunate because yes, there was so much of promise after that second inning stop from Yashasvi in that fourth test match, and ever since then he has failed miserably. So is Shubman Gill. So your two main batters who has a lot of promise, who has high expectations, Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal has failed time and again, and it's only time that they pull up their socks and show some character in the second innings. Yes, mentally that will be walking on their mind because clearly that wasn't the delivery to throw away your wicket. The delivery which brought the downfall of Yashasvi Jaiswal because Indians are always strong on their pads. And when that delivery from Mitchell Stark was bowled on his pad, he just flicked and the ball was straight into that fielder who was just positioned for that up his stroke. And clearly you could see from Yashasvi, he stood there in the after getting dismissed for a while because he himself clearly could not believe what a stroke he had played. And then Shubman Gill chasing a wide his delivery. So you are being talked about the next generation, obviously the next gen cricketers, someone who have been billed as the next Virat Kohli or next Rohit Sharma, but here they are, and this is the series to show some character, show some temperament, show some grit, show some application, which they failed miserably. Yashasvi had so much of promise after that third test inning, second innings, where he single-handedly won that test match. Yes, people might talk about the 100 from Virat Kohli, but the stone was laid, the foundation stone was laid by Yashasvi Jaiswal. That innings from him in the second innings. So very, very unfortunate, very, very disappointing to see the dismissals of two of the most talented batters who is billed as the next big thing for Indian cricket.
Gary, somebody is saying Mitchell Stark is showing character. What character has Mitchell Stark shown? India is handing it in a platter. That first ball, Mitchell Stark had his tongue out because he knew that that was a rank rubbish ball. It could have been dispatched anywhere for four. That ball did not deserve a wicket. India is handing it in a platter. That Shubman Gill delivery, had it been McSweeney or Manas Labuschagne, 100 times out of 100 yesterday against Bumrah, they would have left that ball. They would have just shouldered arms, let the ball go. This guy is chasing us a ball on 8th stump, Shubman Gill, and handing it in a platter to Mitchell Stark. He's done nothing. Mitchell Stark, unfortunately, has had to do nothing. We are giving it to the Australians on a platter, and that is my problem. What Mitchell Stark did, I hope both of you noticed, if you are astute observers of the game, that KL Rahul pull shot, hook shot of Josh Hazelwood, that would have been a 4. Virat would not be back on strike. The rain would have come. Mitchell Stark showed commitment for that ball, chased it down after bowling that over, restricted it to 1 run. Next ball produced a wicket. That's why it's a team sport. That's where Mitchell Stark showed character. He chased that ball brilliantly on the boundary. Everybody applauded. Everybody applauded because that's where it showed character. Look, all of us, I mean, I for one have to put my hand up and say, I felt India will play much better with red ball. Much better. This is not the kind of application or lack of application that you want to see. Gargi, too many super chats. Let's take them because otherwise I will tend to miss them. What is it? Men, when their ego hurts, are deadliest. Stark after Perth has made sure anyone can score, but not Jaiswal. Rubbish. Absolutely not. Jaiswal is handing it on a platter to Mitchell Stark. Stark did not have to do anything with that ball. He knew that that ball had boundary written all over it. It could have been scored anywhere. Jaiswal flicks it to Mitchell Marsh. All of the Australians were also as surprised. What is Gambhir's role in this situation? One has to question Gambhir's role. The Gargi Raut, you want to take that? He is feisty. Where is the temperament that he brought to the table? That has to be brought to the table from Gautam Gambhir. Gargi, take that.
I thought one of the biggest traits or one of the biggest qualities that Gautam Gambhir will bring into the side would be grit and intent. And that's what we want to see in Test cricket. That's what you want to see against a side like Australia. Something that we did see in Perth. That's why I'm so surprised at the performance that we've been seeing after what we saw in Perth. I don't understand. Everyone applicated themselves so perfectly. KL Rahul, I think, is the batter that gives you the most confidence. Other than that, I don't see anyone batting very sensibly at this point. And you have to, of course, ask what is Gambhir's role in this. Yesterday we saw Morne Morkel coming out and being very defensive and sort of dodging questions about and not taking accountability. So at this point you do have to ask the support staff and the coach of their accountability of what is going on in the team and why the Indian batters are batting like this. We always knew that the fragile batting lineup was a problem, but this is too much.
There are many more super chats at the top, Gargi. We missed them. Can you take them? Yeah, Nomad Tibet. Our first 3 wickets were given away. 100% right. 100% right, Nomad Tibet. Our first 3 wickets were given away and gifted away. Have no hope saving this test. I don't agree there. Devashish, what is the weather like at the moment? There is weather around, rain around. What's going on?
It's bright and sunny now. It's bright and sunny now. Yes, there are a few patches of dark clouds, but it's very sunny right now.
So clearly at this point the sun, and then later on again there will be rain stops. What is the total number of overs expected in the day? No more than 60, 65. So if India is able to show some spine, you can still save this test match, because the next 2 days, enough of weather around. But sadly, we are not showing any of it. And that is the despondency that is kind of impacting all of us at the moment. Abhilash, why isn't the media asking tough questions on Kohli? What is the question you want us to ask? We are repeatedly asking the question and saying that Virat Kohli is making the same mistake over and over and over again, playing with hard hands, chasing balls outside off stump, making the same mistake, looking bad. Whatever he might look in the nets, he is looking bad, not taking responsibility that he should take as a senior batter. What more questions do you want us to ask? High hopes of Gill? Absolutely. I mean, the whole show, I've said that somebody with an average of 30, and it was Cheteshwar Pujara at number 3 in 2018, in 2021, who was the glue. Comparatively, Shubman Gill has not shown enough at all in terms of application and temperament. That's what we are asking repeatedly, Abhilash, and I hope you understand that that's why we are different. We are not going to parade this as cheerleaders and say, oh, kushi, kushi, kushi. As I said, I felt India would be much better with the red ball. Absolutely felt so. But this application or lack of application has been shocking this morning. Gargi, anyone, any further one? Take it, take it. Take this one, Gargi. Take this one.
The problem with India's next generation batters is that they are playing for glorious 30s, lot more shots. Indians are playing. What is Gill doing? We don't know. I wish we had the answer to that. Had the answer to the application that the Indian batters have today, especially the young ones. You know, you expect them to hold the team together. You expect them to show, like Devashi said, a lot more grit and responsibility when they walk out in the middle and put a price on their wicket. Right now, they're batting as if, you know, their wickets don't matter when they actually do. Yashasvi Jaiswal is batting at one of the most important positions in Test cricket. He has to make sure that that opening partnership is getting going, but that's not the case. And like it's been mentioned several times before now, that the first 3 wickets were completely given away. Not one of those deliveries were brilliant deliveries that were unplayable or something of that sort. They were all because the batters made mistake, and I wish we had an answer to what the batters are doing at this point.
If there's
So you,
any further, Devashish, take this one. Rocco are writing final chapters with a pen whose ink ran out long back. Where does Gigi get the audacity to claim that the team can bat 2 days? Devashish Sen.
Yeah, obviously, it goes without saying that they have passed their prime. Yes, they might still have a few years left in it, but clearly they have passed their prime. Yes, the next series that India plays is against England, and again there will be challenging conditions. 5 test matches means that and England, we know the condition. It will be lot of space. There will be lot of sea movement. The ball will swing. The ball will move around, and the conditions will be even tougher than what it is in Australia. Australia, it is more about bounce and carry. Yes, and as you can see, the drastic difference that I have noticed in these two sides has been the inclusion of Josh Hazelwood. This bowler is clearly the difference between the Michael Stark may have taken the wickets, but if you look at the first delivery that KL Rahul got hit, the ball jumped from the good leg spot. KL Rahul hardly had anything to do. Virat Kohli again a rising delivery. That is what the Indian bowlers were missing. What happened to Travis Head? Was there any kind of unplayable delivery bowled at Travis Head? I couldn't remember one. They were they were just unplayable delivery, the deliveries from Josh Hazelwood. So, yes, the wicket definitely is assisting the fast bowlers. If you hit the right areas, the right line, they will trouble the batters, and there will be, and each delivery will have a wicket written on it. So that is the huge challenge. All the Indian batters need to do is to show some application, because Test match is all about application and partnership. You just cannot be flashy and just score a exquisite cover drive and then get out the next ball. It is not. You cannot win Test matches. Test matches are won by showing applications and grit, which is missing from the Indian batters since the first Test match, the second innings of the first Test match. I won't say the first innings. because they were bowled out for 150.
Gandhi, when Devashish mentioned England, I was actually thinking, if you want to replace a Kohli and Rohit, you should, you must. But who after? I don't see a back. Dhruv Jurel maybe. Dhruv Jurel maybe, who has shown some temperament and some technique and will be able to stand up from what I've seen against India in that match for India A. But who after these guys? I mean, who is that one batter who comes to mind, who will be able to show real spine in those swinging conditions in England against the moving ball? Who? I mean, 5 test matches in England, 5 test matches, and you are playing in June. You will play at a time when rain around, weather around, ball will nip, early fresh conditions, not July, August, September in England. But who after? I mean, and it is the new cycle of WTC. When I think of India's batting strength, who after these guys? It is still the Shubman Gills of the world. It is still the Jaiswal. I would obviously want to persist with because he's just started. But Shubman Gill, questions must be asked of Shubman Gill. Do you go back to a Rahane and Pujara? Do you go back to players who have proved in the past? Because clearly Rahane and Pujara, at least Pujara in the last Australia series have done it. Who is the next generation batter? Can you name a couple? All of you guys watch domestic cricket. Who is the next generation batter that you think of? Because clearly, Kohli and Rohit had passed their prime in red ball, and England will expose them further. Gargi Rao, Devashish Sen. Gargi, you take it first.
I cannot think of many names. Maybe Sarfaraz Khan is one. Uh, uh, because we've seen him grind it out in the middle, and I can't actually think of any more names. Maybe a Sai Sudarshan.
That's the one name that comes to mind, not
Yeah,
Sarfaraz Khan from what we've seen. I mean, Sarfaraz Khan, will he be exposed in England? Who knows? I mean, sure, Saurabh,
could
for
be.
example, told me, but you've got to give him an opportunity first. I take that. But maybe a Sai Sudarshan, Devashish, any kind of names that you can think of straight up that, okay, India can go to these battles. Sai Sudarshan, possible name. Anybody else?
Sai Sudarshan, Dhruv Jurel, definitely one batsman who has definitely shown temperament and grit and application. He is definitely the next go to batters. Nikhil Reddy, once again, he has shown that temperament. He has taking the attack onto the opponent, but whether he will succeed in challenging conditions, swimming conditions, that needs to be seen. He has Reddy has batted in conditions where the batting conditions were much more easy considered to what is earlier. So Dhruv Jurel, Sai Sudarshan, Nitish Reddy, Devdutt Padikkal, I don't know because Devdutt Padikkal did play the India A game well, but whether Devdutt Padikkal can be an option. But I, for one, would not like to go for a Ajinkya Rahane or a Cheteshwar Pujara. Bonde, the simple question is that you need to groom talent for future. Means obviously you cannot look back. Means when they are not part of this test series, I don't see them selectors will go back to picking them for the series against England. Pujara has failed miserably. Last series in England, Pujara has failed miserably. It was only in the Australia series, the last two Australia series, that Pujara was the difference between the two sides.
I agree with you. I also realistically don't think the selectors will go back to either of them. So maybe a Jurel comes in at number 4, and maybe who knows, or rather a Sai Sudarshan comes in at number 4, and a Jurel comes in at number 6, or possibly Sudarshan at number 3. Gill is pushed one order down and takes Kohli's position as the number 4 pivot. Who knows? But serious questions will have to be asked. I mean, I can't tell you how important this box. Twice you've beaten Australia. If you lose Boxing Day, the series is gone. It will become 3-1. It is going to be the most important test match of these players. This is like 2011, 2012, that transition revisited again. That is the period that is now coming to mind. That Boxing Day test match will ask 100 questions of the Indian management. Do you have spine? Do you have mentality? Do you have temperament? Do you have the courage and the resilience to stand up and be counted? Gautam Gambhir's feistiness will be in, will have to be at the fore. Moni Mokal will have to step up. If India goes on to lose this match, and in this way, then I'm telling you, careers are on the line during the Boxing Day Test match. Will Rohit Sharma want to do an MS Dhoni and give up? Will he want to pass it on? Will he continue? All of these questions will assume center stage for the Boxing Day Test match, Gargirao. Any further super chats that we need to take, because don't want to miss them? And what is this? Bumrah should have continued to be captain. Poor decision making. Rohit was appointed captain at the start of the series. Gargi, you want to address that?
Yeah, I mean it's difficult to say. It's difficult to also change captains mid-series. I don't think that's smart. And Bumrah was appointed as a substitute for Rohit Sharma. So let's keep it that way. I would say for at least this series.
One, why Virat Kohli chase balls, not balls outside of stump. If we had an answer to that, trust me, we would have been the world's best detective. Devashish said it's becoming a repeat thing. Every single time, channel and he flashes hard, he goes hard, he edges and he's gone. It's become like kind of action replay. Scott Boland, Josh Hazelwood, any one of these bowlers, you bowl channel, with that front press, he will press on, ball on fifth stump, sixth stump, and then if the ball is bounced up, he can't adjust, he can't come back. So if you take a look at the first test match, because he has this front press, he will go forward, and they've pushed it up. The ball has kicked up, he can't keep it down, he's caught there. And if the ball is pitched up, he edges. So multiple deficiencies are coming into his play. Whether it is against the shortish ball, he can't control that. Whether it is against the full pitched ball outside off stump, fourth, fifth, sixth stump, he can't control that. When he's batting at the nets, these are clear technical deficiencies or deficiencies that have crept into Kohli's game. Devashish said.
Herein lies the role of the coach. If there is any technical issues, technical flaws, it is the job of the coach to point it out. As was the case we have seen when Ravi Shastri was the coach. Any defeat, any technical problems, he was the first to go out there and discuss. I'm not saying that Gautam Gambhir does not discuss it with Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli, but clearly this is something that needs to be addressed because the manner of dismissals in the last few innings of Virat Kohli, chasing the ball outside the off stump. Yes, initially it might happen to any of the batters initially in their innings, means it's susceptible to a ball that leaves outside. But that is where the technique needs to be counted. Means obviously, and Virat, the manner in which he has been dismissed, it's time that he goes to the drawing board and looks at the innings. Yes, if you look at that fourth innings, obviously the conditions were much more batting friendly. But then still the manner in which he plays those covered even today also he played a few drives which were very great. But then having said that, this thing is something that needs to be addressed by Gautam Gambhir and Virat Kohli. The sooner the later, because because still two more matches to play. See that this test match is not yet over. If Rishabh Pant or KL Rahul and the Rohit Sharma, the captain, I mean, so there is still a lot of batting left. But all that is needed is to show some character and temperament.
The biggest problem with the Indian top order is they have not been able to take the shine of the new ball. 2018, I want to remind all of you, Hanuma Vihari at the Boxing Day Test match, 50 balls, 60 balls of, he scored 8, but he had blunted the new ball. He had taken the shine of the new ball. Mayank Agarwal had taken the shine of the new ball. That's what they were able to do. Cheteshwar Pujara time and again. That is why the batting stood up. The new ball was blunted out. Even the Gabaka Ghaman story. If you see, India lost an early wicket, but after that, Pujara and Shubman Gill in that particular innings were able to blunt out the new ball. That's why it happened. Had the new ball not been blunted out, it wouldn't have happened that a Pant would come and counter punch. The Indian top order, for whatever reason, because of hard hands, they're chasing balls. Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Virat Kohli. Think of 2003-4. Think of an Akash Chopra. He was even able to blunt out the new ball. Time and again. 2007-8. Virender Sehwag was brought back at Perth. India was able to blunt out the new ball, that opening partnership of 50 odd. Unfortunately, that has not happened in this particular series. What is this question? Indian batting is situation where Shreyas Iyer can come back. What tells you Shreyas Iyer is a red ball batter of that caliber, because against the short ball the Australians will ask questions of him. Against the moving ball, you've got to be solid. It's just not for the sake of it that you replace a batter. A lot of people people saying Abhimanyu Ishwaran in that India A game, or for whatever we have seen of Abhimanyu Ishwaran, unfortunately, he has not inspired any kind of confidence. That's why a Dhruv Jurel inspires confidence. That a Dhruv Jurel has looked technically solid, and England will be an even tougher series, as Devashish Sen just said. Uh, Almost around the stroke of this thing, last 5 minutes on the show, lunch and break will get completed. This Devash, the Gargi, Washington Sundar up the order is also not a bad idea. The guy has seriously good technique. Comes behind the ball, plays it well. Nomad Tibet. What was that? Play that super chat. After this tour, time to retire the old horses, bring a young, hungry play for India. There's no chemistry between coaching and players. This is clearly a transition phase. Gargi, you want to take that question? Absolutely, a new world test cycle. You have to get new blood. Has to be synergy between coach and players, because this is a team this is like Lakshman, Dravid, Tendulkar, and that generation. It's now done. The Virat Rohit generation is done. You have to get fresh blood in. Gargi Rao.
No, 100% I agree with you. I'll keep it short because we have a lot of super chats, and I think we should take all of them. But yes, you're right, 100% right. It's time for new young guns in the team, and there's nothing wrong with accepting that they're phasing out, that their careers are nearing the end, and nothing wrong with that. More super chats. Should Kohli,
Should
Rohit,
Kohli,
Jadeja
Rohit,
actually
Charlie
retire
Ashwin
now?
retire now? Devashish said. Should
No,
Kohli,
I don't
Rohit,
think so.
should
I don't
Kohli,
think so. I think they still have a little of cricket left in them. Yes, they may have passed the prime, but I still think they have a few years of cricket left in them.
And why are you saying retire? Tell them not to. I mean, drop them, have a chat with them, show some spine for a change, the selectors. If you think Rohit is past his prime, Kohli is past his prime, who are we to say retire? Go speak to them and say, no, you guys are not needed anymore. Will you take a call? From the standpoint of the selectors, Ajit Agarkar is in Australia. What role is Ajit Agarkar playing in Australia? Is he because this is his job? This is the job of the head coach and the chairman of selectors. If they think that these players are past their prime, show some spine, show some courage, go talk to them. Forget the superstar culture. Go talk to them and say, why should they retire on their own if they believe that there is game left in them? Any further super chat that we need to take, Ardi? IPL legends don't make good test players. Pathetic. That's a kind of comment. And who's an IPL legend? I mean, according to me, there is no IPL legend in that sense. Nobody becomes a cricketing legend only basis IPL. You have to be a test match. Virat Kohli was one of the greatest cricketers ever because he did it in test match cricket, not in IPL. Not in IPL. Jasprit Bumrah is one of the greatest cricketers ever because he does it in test match cricket, not in IPL. So make no mistake about it. Or if you want to go and win a World Cup in the 50 over format, like Rohit Sharma did, you are a great there, but not in IPL. I mean, just winning IPL or doing well in IPL doesn't qualify anyone to be a
Yeah.
legend of the game. Any further ones?
No, play has started.
Let's close the show on this note. Devashish Sen, hopefully when we join you, all our faces will not be as disappointed. Somewhere, somehow, a miracle, a fight from nowhere, somebody puts their hand up is the hope. We all live in optimism, but the pragmatic answer is India is staring down the barrel. Gargi Rao, Devashish Sen, for everybody who joined us. Thank you very much for joining us.